welcome back to my channel. So today's video is the long-awaited 2021 Best of Beauty Makeup Edition. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys all of my favorite products from 2021. This is like my favorites, my products that I'm going to be taking into 2022. So it's already 2022, so I can definitely vouch that I'm still using these products, and some of which you guys would have seen many times on my channel or over on Instagram. So you guys know that these are going to be like my OGs. I will be doing a whole other video on my favorite skincare products. So if you guys want to see that, give this video a thumbs up. And if you want to see a Best of Beauty hair edition, let me know in the comments below. And with that being said, let's just jump on into my favorites. I have an entire bin here of all the products that I'm going to be sharing with you guys. So it might be a little all over the place. I feel like I should have just like prepared just like a little bit. I think maybe I'll just do that real quick. Okay, so let's start with primer. I don't use a primer often or on the daily that will like kind of smooth out my pores and things like that. I feel like a lot of that can be kind of taken care of through skincare, but I wanted to show you guys something that I use basically as a primer. This is a great product you can use on its own, but if I do end up doing heavier makeup for like an event or something, I will put foundation or like a tinted moisturizer on top, so it'll basically act as a primer. And you guys will not be surprised, but they are the Hollywood Flawless Filters by Charlotte Tilbury. I just love these, and I have them in two shades. I use shade 5 and shade 4. I'll sometimes highlight underneath my eyes, especially if I'm having like a really dull under eye. I will put a little bit of this shade on just to kind of brighten it, and then go on top with concealer and whatnot. I also love how gorgeous the finish is. It's so glowy, and it basically, like, I see a lot of people use this as just like a regular primer. It has a little bit of coverage so that you can kind of even everything out, but honestly, the dewiness and the radiance that it gives is just incredible, and I feel that Charlotte Tilbury just does that with their makeup products. Another product that I really liked, and this is considered like a skin tint, but I've seen people also use it as a primer. I use this as like my quote-unquote foundation, and then I go ahead and spot conceal on top. This is the Huda Beauty Glow-ish Multi-Dew Skin Tint, and mine is in 08. So this is what the product looks like. It's got this really pretty like iridescent packaging. The reason why I like this is it has such incredible radiance power. So I would say it's more radiant than this, and maybe I can just kind of show you guys because I still have the Charlotte Tilbury one right here. They're still pretty similar, but I also kind of feel like this is like Huda Beauty's take on like the Hollywood Flawless Filter, I feel like. But this definitely has more coverage, which is why I kind of categorize this as like my foundation. I kind of jumped ahead, but this is the primer, and then this is basically what I use as a foundation. It is a little darker, but I absolutely love it. So another really great foundation, I will say, this one actually has SPF in it, and it's the Smashbox Halo Healthy Glow All-in-One Tinted Moisturizer. So this is a really great product as well. I use mine in the shade medium, and this is definitely more coverage than this one. It's still categorized as a skin tint or like a tinted moisturizer, so you can definitely get away with just kind of slapping it on your face and just rubbing it in, because you do get that protection with the SPF, but I just love that it's extremely moisturizing, which is why I always tend to lean towards tinted moisturizers more so than actual foundations, just because I feel like you can create that coverage with concealers and things like that. See how like it just makes everything look smoother, but it also just has that like healthy glow. I do use foundations every once in a while, but to be honest, 2021, I wasn't really using a ton of foundation. So the most I did was something really lightweight like this. All right, so now on to concealer. So for concealers this year, it would not be a favorites video if I didn't mention the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealers. If you guys have not tried these, you are literally living under a rock. These are, I feel like everyone's tried these, and they are incredible. They are so radiant. They give enough coverage that You can definitely conceal under eye bags or just like darkness under your eyes. It really makes it look like skin. And I just overall love this. It's what I'm wearing underneath my eyes. Ginger is the shade I use. During the summertime, I'm sometimes caramel. That's more of like my actual skin tone shade. This is just a little lighter to help kind of highlight underneath my eyes. One of the tricks that I have found this year is to just kind of put a little bit around your eye and let it sit for a good like minute or two and then blend it out, and it really holds more coverage. It's just such a multi-purpose concealer. You can even sheer it out with a beauty blender to make it a little bit more light coverage. It's just overall really great and a go-to, whether if I'm doing a full glam look, I'll use this, or if I'm just doing something that's more on the lighter side, I can also still use this. It's just a really reliable concealer. And as for something that's like on the go, I feel like the other concealer that I have to talk about, this is one that I live by. If you're a mom or if you're up early and you have to get out of the house like me, or you just don't have time, this is so good. This is the concealer, sorry, this is the Stretch Concealer by Glossier, and I have mine in the shade G6. I absolutely love this. I need to get it in more shades. I've officially hit the bottom of it, which is finally about time because I use this so much. It makes my skin look really hydrated and awake, but it's so easy to apply. It's extremely blendable. It's a very creamy consistency. Like just looking at it, you can see like how much creme is in there, you know? So if you're somebody who needs to just like rush out of the door and just apply something or do your makeup in the car, if you're one of those gals, like the Stretch Concealer is really great, and I've recommended it to a couple of like my mom friends and they absolutely love it because it's so easy and it just keeps your under eyes really hydrated and you don't have to really set it, which I like. Speaking of setting, let's jump into powders. I only have 2 powders to mention to you guys because these are the only powders I lived by and took everywhere with me. So the first one is the Translucent Honey Powder by Laura Mercier. So if you guys are familiar with the makeup world, you guys know the Laura Mercier Translucent Powder is like raved about. But I'm glad that they finally got a hang of it. I believe it was in 2020 when they came out with this. Or maybe 2020, I can't remember. They finally decided to create one suitable for warmer skin tones or darker skin tones, because let's be honest, that translucent powder, as much as people love it, I cannot use it because I find that it makes my under eyes look like dull, and I can just see the translucentness of it on my skin. Sure, like white gals could use it, whatever, but I just couldn't. This is perfect because it has a yellow undertone to it, but it does have a more of like a peachy yellow undertone, and I love it because it suits so many different deeper complexions. This is my ultimate setting powder that I go to. I have tried probably 10 setting powders in 2021, and I just will always go back to this one because the shade is perfect. It will brighten underneath your eyes. It will set. It doesn't give you any kind of flashback. It's what I'm wearing on my face today. If you tried the translucent shade, the original one, if you didn't like it, give that one to somebody else and go try this. This one, you can get it even in the smaller size, which I do need to get because this is a pain to travel with. The next setting powder, so this one is actually a pressed powder, and I like to use this as like my final step to my base. So this product is the Airbrush Flawless Finish Complexion Perfecting Micro Powder. So this powder, it's so finely milled that it really creates extremely flawless base. Mainly I will use this product right underneath my eyes just to really seal in that flawlessness. My like problem area is definitely my under eyes, so I absolutely love using this. It's so good. I use number 2 because I find that this is really great for brightening under my eyes. I go through like a pan a year. I just love it so much. This is like a newer one, as you can see, and it looks incredible, especially on camera. You need this in your life. Next up is blush and bronzer. concealer. So let's actually start with bronzer because I only have 2 to show you guys. So basically for contour this year, I feel like everybody transitioned into using the Hollywood Contour Wand by Charlotte Tilbury, and I am literally like so almost done with this thing, but I love it. It's lasted me for so long, you guys. I was just using it to death and it's literally almost done. So I just placed an order for a new one, but this is in the shade medium dark. It's what I have here and here, and you just need a little bit. I love the fact that it's this small sponge applicator. Some people don't like it because they feel like it's a little unhygienic maybe, but to be honest, I like it because I know exactly where I can place it, and it's just easy to use when it's like in this form. I think that was like the mindset when creating the product probably. I will say you can go really heavy on this very easily. So the way I would apply this is like in dots. So literally just like stamping your face with the product like that, and honestly that's as much as I will use. Sometimes even just like 1 dot is plenty on the cheekbones. So if you are like kind of new to that, just take that as like the hot tip of contour ones. But yeah, I will use this really lightly, and I'll probably do about 3 dots on my forehead, and then I'll do a little bit on the tip of my nose, and it blends out so well. Like look at this. Done. So that's my favorite contour product. Now for bronzing, if you're somebody who just wants to warm up your skin, or if you're doing like a really glam look, so you need something to go on top of that cream contour, liquid contour, or whatever you just used, I love this one. It's the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in Radiant Bronze Light. You'd be surprised, you'd think that this would be too light for me, but when you use your brush and you apply it on your skin, I actually used it on my forehead today. That's why we have that like really pretty like caramelly shade right there, the little bit of warmth. This has marbling through it, so it's very multi-dimensional, and it's got different shades sort of blended throughout. I've had this one forever as well, and I swear you like never run out of it. So I love this product. It's my favorite bronzer. Onto blush now. You guys, I am such a blush junkie. I narrowed it down to 4. Usually if I'm like going up to LA and I'm like packing my makeup bag, I throw in like 5 different blushes. So the fact that I was able to narrow it down to 4, I feel like I'm picking favorites with my children in a way, but I did the best I could to pick favorites. There's nothing crazier than when people do favorites videos and they have like 5 different options for each category. I'm like, no, bitch, we want to know what your favorite ones are. If I go to the store, I don't want 5 options. I want to know which one I need to go get. You know what I mean? So let's start. The first one has to be the GOAT of 2021 for me was Patrick Ta's She's So LA. This is the cream and the powder one. Look at this shade, okay? What it did to me when I saw it, it's like this really beautiful rosy terracotta. I just saw it and I was like, that's the blush. That's like every blush I've been looking for, and it's here right in front of me. Absolutely love it. It's so pretty. Can you guys like just see this against my skin? Like how nice is that? The way that Patrick uses this was actually kind of shocking. He puts the powder on and then the cream on top. So I mean, it definitely creates more of like a multi-dimensional blush. Kind of like a cool hot take on creating like not such a flat look, but this shade, you guys, is everything. If you're looking for something that's like natural and will go with like any look, regardless of what you're wearing, you could be wearing like a rainbow colored jumpsuit and this will look so good. It doesn't clash with anything. It's just a go-to. You can never go wrong picking up this blush, and that's why I used it to death. It's literally disgusting. I'm pretty sure it has like flies and cobwebs in it, but it's just the best and I absolutely love it. So good. Another blush that I really have been liking, which is also a cream, it is the Nude Sticks Nudies Bloom All Over Dewy Color in Poppy Girl. And this one I really like because obviously it's a little different than the other one I showed you, but this one is so pretty. It's a very corally shade and I cannot tell you guys how stunning this looks, especially with a tan, or if you are a brown girl like me, this looks so good. And like honestly the best way to use this product also with this one too is to put it on the cheeks, put it on the eyelids, and then dust a little bit on your forehead. And I'm telling you, you will look like a beach babe angel that just walked out from the ocean, but also just has this like beautiful glow to her because it's not a matte formula, it is dewy, so it really is so beautiful on. I should probably just show you guys it on. It is bright, but when you sheer it out, it is like that perfect, just to give myself a little bit more of a pop. I feel like I stand out a little bit more with the shade on. I absolutely love it. It's so pretty, especially on your eyes. Doing like a monochrome look with this during the summer, so good. Another blush that I want to mention, because I did pick this up a million times during 2021, you guys would have seen me do that as well. It's the Pillow Talk Cheek to Chic. So many of you guys picked this blush up in 2021 and you guys literally reached out to me and said, thank you for showing me this blush. It is so good. I don't know why I didn't know about this product for like the longest time. To be honest, the Pillow Talk line is not like my favorite. I like Pillow Talk Medium 2 for like lip liner. But this blush, do not sleep on this blush, okay? This makes an amazing eyeshadow. It is also a blush that will go with everything. It's very similar in shade to the She's So LA. It's like the same family, literally. But if you don't love cream, then this will definitely be a great option for you. If you like powder blushes, try this. I think you'll really, really enjoy it. For highlight, you guys, I don't have a ton of highlights, to be honest. I really gravitated towards one this year, and it is the Laura Geller Gilded Honey. It really creates just such a beautiful highlight while still not being too crazy and overdone. Mainly why I love it so much is for my nose. It's such a pretty nose highlight. I actually haven't put it on my face today, but just know that it is really good and I absolutely love it. The other highlight I want to give a shout out to really quickly is the Beauty Light one in Pinkasm. This has been amazing. I have been using this as like my highlight on top of my blush. So instead of like, I don't always use this on my cheeks, but I will use this on my cheeks. So even though it is not like your typical like champagne highlight, it is pink, but it's light enough for me that I can like sheer it out over my blush and it looks so pretty on. I've seen a ton of people just use this as a blush, which I think is what it's made for, is to really give you that like glowy blush look. It's stunning on, but I love using, I mean, I'll use this on its own sometimes, but I find that the way I used it the most last year was on top of whatever I had on, and I would just kind of sheer it out and it would look so pretty. It just makes your cheeks look so full and it makes your cheeks, it just makes your cheekbones pop. They're so great. I love it. These Beauty Light ones have changed the game and I cannot recommend that one enough. I love the Pinkasm. I know they have like a coral one, but the pink one is where it's at. For eye makeup, I have plenty of that. I have eyeliners. Eyeliners were so big for me this year. I was always just trying to find a nice kohl eyeliner that I could create like a really soft wing with. I feel like the liquid wing is not as popular now as a softer cat eye, if you will. So it's what I use now and what I usually have on all the time. Right here, see how it's just a little softer? So the two that I really like are the Mario, the Perfect Brown, and it is such a beautiful perfect brown. I absolutely love this, even on the waterline or even across your entire lash line, and then, you know, kind of diffused out. You can really create an easy smoky look. I will just use an angled brush to just kind of smudge it out and it looks really good. But if you can refrain from ruining the other end of the pencil, this is a really good one. So you kind of get two in one. People who are, you know, not makeup savvy find that this brush, for some reason, I don't know what it is, but it's just very easy to use and you can really just like get in there and really smudge things out. So this is great. Another wonderful product that I discovered this year was the Super Nudes liner duo. This is called the Enhance and this is called the Brighten side. This is really great for brightening in your waterline. I'm having a hard time finding it, to be honest, what the shade is, but it's like a deep dark brown. It's currently my favorite eye pencil because I love that there's just both and it's just easier to use. And I love this shade as well. It's so good. So I'll try to find the shade. I don't know what it is, but it's not the black one. Mascara, it's the, oh my God. So for mascara, of course, the Ilia Limitless Lash Mascara. I started using a Maybelline one towards the end of the year, but majority of the year I was using this one. And this one I will always go back to. I've had it for years, love it so much. It is so good. It has a beautiful brush that has these spiky kind of flat edges too, but also round. It's sort of bizarre the way it's done, but this is a really great mascara for separating, for lengthening, not for volume. I would say this is perfect to really like give that wispy look. I'd rather have long lashes than like really thick voluminous lashes, but that's just me. So this is my favorite. I do have mascaras I like that are for volume. Like for instance, the Rare Beauty one is so good for volume, but I wasn't using that one as much. But this one I will say is super great. For eyebrows, let's just like look at my brows, you guys. They have come a long way. I just like let them grow out, and wherever those like weird little hairs grow out of place, just pluck them. But other than that, just leave them alone. I've always just been going towards the like a brow gel. You guys know, if you've been watching me for long enough, you know I cannot handle a tinted brow gel. I just can't. I feel like they make my brows look heavy, and I just would rather stick with like a pencil and a clear brow gel. Clear, you can never go wrong with clear. The one I have to basically give kudos to is the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter. So the reason why I'm picking this one, and I know you guys have seen me use so many different ones, but I really do like the Anastasia Brow Freeze. But let me just show you guys what happened to my brow freeze, okay? It literally froze. And to be honest, I just stopped using it, but it like kind of melted or something, and then it became this like waxy, like it looks like wax when it's supposed to be like kind of tacky and clear, and now it's just like this murky, milky shade. So it's not anything against the product itself, it's just that mine got effed up, and so now I wasn't using it as much as I wanted to. This one I've had for years, and it never really does me wrong. Then again, this product, I know it's kind of known to kind of flake on people, but I use it kind of sparingly, especially for me now. I don't find the need to use it a ton. It's a clear formula, and it's super like liquidy. You guys can hear it, like it's liquidy. It's not like a wax or soap or anything like that. It's flat, so you can definitely like push, like flatten and laminate your brows in a way, but I love that it's soft enough that it brushes it through, but it pulls them all the way up. So you can create also that really laminated, like straight up hair look. You can do that, but I just like how you can really mold them to your brows, and they just make them look really good. I always go back to this when I went away for Christmas break. This is the only brow gel I brought, so that should say something. Let's start with lip oils and lip balms. So for the most part, my OG Kopari Lip Glossy is my #1 favorite lip balm. My boyfriend uses it, my sister uses it, Alaya uses it. Just everybody in the family can use it. I have like 4 of these, like 2 in my nightstand, 1 in my car. They're just everywhere around the house, and everybody loves them. And they're great. It's a wonderful oily consistency that really keeps your lips hydrated. And what's the other thing too? Oh, it's not sticky. It's very thin, the formulation. So love it, so good. I think it's called the Lip Love now, not Lip Glossy. I don't know what it's called. I'll link it below. And then we have my tried and true Lip Glow Oil in the shade Cherry by Dior. This is my favorite. I will pick this over any lip gloss any day. I love this. It's so hydrating. I keep this in my purse. And I reapply it all the time. And I find that using this with just lip liner looks so pretty, and it adapts to your lip color, a little bit your natural lip color, so everything always looks a little different on people. So if you have more pigmented lips, this will look a little richer on you. But I just love the way it looks. It's so nice. It's not tacky. It's like a really luxurious oil, and it is expensive. This guy is like 30 bucks or something like that. But I love it. I also love the shade Mahogany, but these are also one of those products that went TikTok viral, and so they're kind of hard to get a hold of, but if you can, snag them. They're so good. My two favorite lip liners this year were the Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat in Hot Gossip, and also the Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat in Pillow Talk Medium 2. So this is Hot Gossip, which is so stunning. This is pretty much like my lip color, but like better. And then this one is great because it's more of a mommy one, but it's really great to like overline as well. Both really pretty. This one's got more of like a redder undertone. I love Hot Gossip. That one's my favorite. I probably have more of those than I do the Pillow Talk. I probably have like 2 of the Pillow Talks and then like 4 of Hot Gossip just laying everywhere. For lip colors, I'm just gonna mention 2. It's the Giorgio Armani Lip Mastro in shade number 100, and it's just the most beautiful nude ever. I love the consistency of it. It's not drying. It's such a beautiful finish, and I love the shade. It's like a perfect shade for someone like me. So nice. The other one I love is the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in London, and this one is very similar, but it's a little deeper, I would say, and has more of a brownie undertone. And this one is a little bit more sheer, so you can create, like, it's not super heavy, whereas this one, I do have to go in with like a lip brush and like kind of play with it. Whereas the NYX one, I can just go ahead straight on with the applicator and apply it, so you can kind of see the 2 shades. For gloss, I only have one that I used religiously this year, and you guys would have seen me use it 1,000 times. It's the Tower 28 Shine On Lip Jelly in the shade Almond. Love the color of it specifically. It's a beautiful, warm, caramelly brown that just looks stunning on. I also just adore the formula because it really just looks like a gloss. There's no sparkle. It makes your lips look juicy and full and beautiful. I just love it. So if you don't like the shade, definitely just check out their lip jellies because they really do shine. Like look at this. They're so shiny. I love it. Next up, we have the setting spray of the year. I went through the big version of this, the full size version. This is the travel size, and I'm almost done with it. It's the Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. So this is the setting spray of my life. It makes my makeup look so pretty. Everything, like all the powders sort of melt into one, and I just feel like everything just like layers together and becomes one with this stuff. And I just like that it takes away that like powdery look and just makes it look more like skin. But not only that, this stuff will make your makeup last for so long. During holiday shopping, you know how that goes when you're like in and out of places and it's a full long day and like you just don't have time to touch up or do any of that stuff. This product made my makeup last all day long, even my blush. And blush is like the first thing to go on me. This stuff works. It's so worth it. It's so good. And also the mister is like, it doesn't like feel like it's a venomous snake like spitting at you. It's like an actual like sprinkler. It's like no, not sprinkler. It's like a mist. It's like a Disneyland like summery mist, you know? And last but not least, I have to give Freck a shout out. Freck, oh Freck. Oh my man, Freck. This little thing, okay? This is actually the extra large size, and I'm telling you, I tried so many different freckle products from Amazon to like just dupes of this. Nobody gets it right. Nobody gets it right. It's also what I have on my face. People literally think I have real freckles. It is bizarre. It is bizarre. Do not get the original size. The original size is this big, and you guys have heard me say it, and I'll say it again. It's like applying a Tic Tac to your face. There's no precision whatsoever with that thing. I can't stand that small version. The extra large one, you have way more control just because the wand is longer, and it's amazing. Anyway, you guys, that completes 2021 Best of Beauty. I hope you guys enjoyed. My God, my throat is so sore. I have been talking for legit almost 2 hours straight. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys so much. I hope everybody has an incredible year, and I will talk to you guys in my next one.